The Skein Attraction Shawl has a front border that's picked up along the edge, and in this video I'm going to show you how to pick up evenly when you have these elongated stitches involved. So the pattern calls for you to knit and bind off all the stitches of the last row, leaving the last stitch on the needle, and then the pattern asks you to pick up 88 stitches or whatever the number is. You can pick up, depending on how big your shawl is, you can pick up any number of stitches, but we want to pick them up evenly. So the way the shawl asks you, the pattern asks you to do that, pick up 1 stitch for every garter ridge and 2 stitches for every elongated stitch. So right here I've got 1, 2, 3 garter ridges. So I'm going to insert my needle into the top of the garter ridge, wrap the yarn around like I'm knitting, and bring up my new stitch. There's 1. Here's my next garter ridge. I'm going to insert my needle at the top of the garter ridge, wrap my yarn like I'm knitting, and bring through that new stitch. There's 2. Here is my third garter ridge, wrapping the yarn around like I'm knitting and bringing it through. So I have 1 stitch here for each garter ridge. And now here I am at this elongated stitch. You can't go twice into the same hole because that would just give you an elongated stitch on this part of the needle. But what I'm going to do is insert my needle into the elongated stitch itself, wrap and bring up a stitch, and then I'm going to insert the needle just to the left of that and pick up the second stitch for that elongated stitch. And now here I have another 3 garter ridges. So I'm going to go 1, 2, insert in, wrap like you're knitting and bring through, and then 3. And then we're going into the elongated stitch. We need 2 stitches picked up here, and you'll see my third is sort of in there, so I'm going to fudge a little. I'm going to go just above the elongated stitch right here, 1, and then into that space right here, 2. So there's my 2 for the elongated. And then we're picking up 2 for these garter ridges here. 1, oop, that one dropped off the needle, wrap, hold it, pull through, and then number 2 is right here, right at the corner. I'm going in, wrapping, and bringing through. So that's how you can pick up evenly for the Skein Attraction Shawl. 1 stitch picked up for each one of these ridges, and then 2 stitches picked up for the elongated stitches, making sure that you don't pick them up exactly from the same hole. Otherwise you end up with another elongated stitch. You want to kind of stagger them a little bit amongst the spaces that build the elongated stitch. Happy knitting!